Daniel's a different fighter, but let's not make no mistakes about this. He's fighting one of the best fighters. So he has to do something amazing to win this fight. You know, do you understand? So he has to go in there and do something which has never been done before.
Yeah.
It's a tough ask, of course. You know, the thing with Usyk is he doesn't depend on his power to knock you out. He depends on his skill. That's why it's a tough ask, because he's going to box rings around you.
You know, jabs, using lateral movement.
Top heavyweight boxing voices are now weighing in on the upcoming rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Veteran Derek Chisora shared his thoughts, stressing that Dubois needs to rely more on his jab and come in with a completely different approach this time. Chisora believes that beating Usyk isn't just about power, it's a mental battle too. Unless Daniel makes key strategic changes, Chisora predicts Usyk will walk away with another win. Still, he does leave the door open for an upset if Dubois comes in with a sharper, more disciplined game plan. His comments lean toward Usyk. But they also show a belief that Dubois has the potential to flip the script if he fights smarter this time.
And what I'm saying is this, yeah. To beat Oleksandr Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head. Yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Or to take the fight in the first place.
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple of months ago,
yeah,
I had a coffee with him, we were just chatting. The guy lives in Ukraine.
Yep.
Yeah. He goes, oh, before I came on the plane, I was sleeping in my house, and then those missiles were going over my house, and I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, I'll just go to sleep. There's some craziness, isn't it? I mean, like, hey, imagine you're in your house in Barna, Timbuktu, and then missiles are going. What are you gonna be like?
Yeah, he's cut from very different stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then remember,
Anthony Joshua offered a technical breakdown of what went wrong for Dubois in their first matchup and why the rematch could be a make-or-break moment. He pointed out that Usyk's awkward southpaw stance gave Dubois serious problems, especially since orthodox fighters struggle to connect against that style. Joshua noted that Dubois couldn't get his jab, or his powerful right hand, to land effectively two of his strongest tools because southpaws typically fight from a distance that throws off timing and angles. That stylistic disadvantage, according to Joshua, was a big part of why Dubois never found his rhythm in the first fight.
Generation, you know, he done really well to go up against him and push Oleksandr Usyk in certain ways. Oleksandr Usyk's a good opponent. The thing where Daniel struggled, obviously, with southpaw, Daniel couldn't get his jab off, which is one of his main weapons, and his right hand off, because a southpaw, they're a bit further back because their stance is different. So you have to kind of counter with the right hand, and Daniel couldn't get his main weapons off, so he struggled a little bit. But it's cool. Came back, beat Jerome Miller, big, strong, heavy guy. Beat Filip Hrgovic, who was apparently the boogeyman of the division. So he's done well to be in this position now after that. He's done well. Oleksandr Usyk fight, unlucky, came up short, but he's done well to bounce back.
Do you think it was a legal shot against Usyk or not?
I don't know. It's not. It don't matter what I say. It don't matter. What do you think?
I thought it was very close.
That inability to fully use his strengths turned out to be a major setback. But Joshua also praised Dubois for how he bounced back from that tough loss. He pointed to Daniel's victories over fighters like Gerald Miller and Filip Hrgovic, both considered major threats in the division. These wins showed not just physical ability, but also mental resilience. Joshua believes that despite the earlier defeat to Usyk, Dubois has earned this second chance through growth and grit. He sees this rematch as an opportunity for Daniel to show he's not the same fighter Usyk faced before, that he's learned from his past.
Blind.
No,
so
you.
I think it's on referee's discretion. I think if some referees call it legal...
So your opinion doesn't matter then?
I think more people are more interested in your opinion.
But I'm interested in yours.
If the referee called it legal...
No. You.
Either way, I think. Either way. Because some could argue Usyk wears his shorts high.
You.
I'll say it was legal.
It was legal.
We can call it legal.
Illegal?
No, legal.
Okay, legal.
Oh, yeah, you must have an opinion as well.
probably legal. It's a fight. You get hit around the belt, you get hit around the leg. So I think it is what it is. He got hit and he went down. Legal.
Usyk, on the other hand, is stepping into this rematch with laser-like focus. He's not concerned with the controversy or conversations surrounding their first fight. He considers that chapter closed. Rather than revisiting those moments, he's placing all of his attention on what's coming. For Usyk, this isn't about defending old wins, but preparing for a fresh battle. His mindset is fully in the present, treating this bout as an entirely new challenge. He's approaching it with calm determination and sharp discipline, leaving all emotional baggage behind. This is simply about executing at the highest level again.
All situation, but I not think about my first fight because it was in the past. Now we have a new fight. Maybe, I don't know, but I not think about this. Maybe Daniel do it again, but for me it doesn't matter because it's God's will. But I ready. I training long time. I have good protect in my both. Doesn't matter.
Do they think too much about the past?
Promoter Eddie Hearn added a unique layer to the conversation. Drawing from his extensive experience managing high-stakes world title fights, he offered insights into both the business and technical sides of this showdown. Hearn emphasized that the pressure is sky high, especially for Dubois, who needs to prove he belongs in the heavyweight elite. He hinted that Daniel's training camp has undergone major adjustments and praised his team's commitment to smart planning. According to Hearn, this isn't just a battle between two fighters, it's a story of redemption, preparation, and proving one's worth on the biggest stage.
First fight, that was a low blow or not? I don't actually know your opinion.
I did. I mean, personally, I keep seeing the photos. You know, at the time of the punch, I believe it was low. Was it borderline? Yes. Were his trunks high? Maybe. So, for me, I did think that it was below the shorts. Where's the navel? Where's all this kind? Was it Louis Pabon? Was he the referee?
Correct.
You know, does he have to say, look, we can't see your navel, you got to pull your shorts down?
He didn't do any of that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You know,
Don't mention his name around Frank.
Oh, Louis Pabon. Okay.
Whatever you do, don't mention.
But one thing I will say is, Usyk don't like it to the body, and he was probably lucky. Because even if it was 3 or 4 inches higher, I think it would have had the same effect that it had.
And it would have gone on.
It didn't hit him in the nuts, put it that way.
When he went on Piers Morgan, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago after the fight, and they played it back, and it was here, it was right there. That's where it was. You see it on there. All the photographs. It depends where they decide they want to stop, where the punch is coming from, and where it lands. But listen, do you know what? All of that now is irrelevant. He's got to, Daniel, on the 19th, what he's got to do the 19th of July is show what he's all about. He knows that he can hurt him. And Usyk knows that as well.
He's a completely different fighter now.
He is. Well, they said it, their team.
Their first meeting in 2023 was far from ordinary, and it left plenty of questions. The most talked about moment came when Dubois landed a shot to Usyk's midsection that was immediately called a low blow by the referee. That decision set off a wave of debate throughout the boxing world. Some believed it was a clean body shot that could have changed the fight's direction, while others stood by the referee's call. That single moment overshadowed what had been a hard-fought and competitive battle. As a result, it left behind a sense of unfinished business that now fuels the rematch's intensity.
Actually, go and look at the...
Two of them, just to correct you there, and I agree with the judges on this, 2 of the judges gave him the 4th round. 1 of the judges gives him the 5th round, which is the low blow round. The 4th round, 2 of the 3 judges give the 4th round to Dubois, not the 5th.
Yeah, but one of the judges did give him the 5th.
Yes, they did, yeah. One of them did give him the 5th, yeah.
Which I disagree with. I actually thought that Usyk got off the deck and gave him a bit of a pasting in the final sessions of that 5th round. Listen, he lost comprehensively. We had what 8 completed rounds. Usyk won at least 6 of them.
Correct.
At least.
Correct.
So when you're talking about the gap between the guys, I thought it was really, really wide. but Don Charles, the team, whoever's been around Daniel Dubois, paused that
Farrell's
fight,
played a massive part in it.
getting inside his head to convince him. You nearly had him.
Yeah.
You nearly had him.
Yeah.
To get him, it doesn't matter whether I believe it or, Tom, Dick, or Harry down the road believes it or any fan believes it. We all saw what we saw. As long as Daniel Dubois believes what he's being told.
The rising tension between the fighters was crystal clear during their official face-off. This time, Daniel Dubois came across far more intense. His body language and words sent a message. Unlike the composed version fans are used to, Dubois appeared aggressive and confrontational. Many saw it as an attempt to mentally shake Usyk, who is known for keeping cool under pressure. The encounter quickly escalated and showed that this fight has become deeply personal. July 19th isn't just another title fight, it's charged with emotion. Whether Dubois's behavior was pure emotion or a calculated mind game, it's added a dramatic edge that fans can't ignore.
I can't wait for Oleksandr Usyk to teach Daniel Dubois a lesson in the rematch that's taking place Saturday, July 19th at Wembley Stadium. Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois have a face-off to promote their fight. Now take a look at this. Listen. Daniel Dubois pushes Oleksandr Usyk and then goes and calls him a pussy. I find it quite funny when a quitter calls someone else a pussy. Huh? Make it make sense, because Daniel Dubois, yeah, you've come off a few good losses, but we have to remind the peoples your true nature. When shit gets tough, you quit. Look at that fight between you and Joe Joyce, you quit. The fight against Oleksandr Usyk, you quit. And for you to go and disrespect Oleksandr Usyk, one of the greatest boxers of our eras. Yeah, the man is so humble inside the ring and outside the ring. You are gonna get taught a lesson. Now, when Oleksandr Usyk beat Tyson Fury, Daniel Dubois jumped into the ring and started begging for a rematch. I honestly believe you disrespected Oleksandr Usyk then, because that was his moment, that was his time to shine, and then you came along and messed everything up. Now, Oleksandr Usyk is gonna teach you a lesson for that. Oleksandr Usyk is going to teach you a lesson for pushing him, and Oleksandr Usyk is going to teach you a lesson because you think you are the dog's bollocks right about now. Listen, I always like to support our own. I'm a Brit. I like to support British fighters. But listen, in this instance, in this case, in this up-and-coming fight, I am rooting for Oleksandr Usyk. I hope he teaches you a lesson and he reminds you of your place. Enough of me waffling. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this fight. Bosh.
Promoter Frank Warren has thrown his full support behind Daniel Dubois ahead of the rematch. He's confident that Daniel has matured and evolved, pointing to the form he's shown in his last 3 outings. Warren holds Usyk in high regard, calling him one of the greatest fighters of his generation, which makes the challenge even more significant. But his belief in Dubois goes beyond hype. Credits Daniel's progress and smart preparation as reasons to be optimistic. Oh, Dubois can pull off the win, Warren says. It won't just be an upset. It would go down as one of the most iconic moments in modern heavyweight boxing history.
You're a little bit bolder than that, aren't you?
Yeah, I think if Daniel can do what he's done in his last 3 fights, I think he can win the fight. I'm very confident in him, and you're going to get a good Usyk anyway. Usyk's a consummate professional. It's not like he backed out the fight. He wanted the fight, so he obviously and his team believe in him. And that's why it's going to be such a good match. But I think that Daniel knows he can hurt him, and what I think, and I hope they're overlooking, Daniel can box a bit as well. He's not a one-trick pony. He's not just smash and bash. He's got a great jab, and he can box.
Derek Chisora joined Simon on Top Boxing yesterday, and of course Derek Chisora has stood in front, as many have and many failed, and he was one of them, facing up to Oleksandr in the ring. Derek offered some information on how Dubois might go about taking care of Usyk on the night, though. Frank, have a listen to Derek.
To beat Oleksandr Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head. Yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Or to take the fight in the first place.
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple of months ago, I had a coffee with him, we were just chatting. The guy lives in Ukraine. I was sleeping in my house, and then there was missiles going over my house, and I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, I'll just go to sleep. It's some craziness, isn't it? I mean, like, hey, imagine you now, you're in your house in Barna, Timbuktu, and then missus going, what are you going to be like?
Yeah, he's cut from very different stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then remember, so you have to come in there looking to go to the other side because he's looking to go to the other side.
What do you make of that, Frank? Usyk's a special case because of where he comes from and what he's lived through, according to Derek.
Yeah, it's been tough what what the whole country's going through. There's no doubt about that. But Daniel's had a real tough upbringing himself. It's just been boxing. His dad took him out of school. He's homeschooled, and all he did was live and breathe boxing. So he doesn't know anything different than boxing. That's what he's been brought up to do, and now. I feel that mentally he's really matured, and as I say, coming off of these great wins he's had, he's already shared the ring with Oleksandr, and he knows what he's got in front of him, and he's not phased at all. He called out and wanted this fight. He wants revenge, and as I say, I believe in him. If it's all about being mentally disturbed to beat him, I thought then Derek should have won.